2 times Hairdresser of the Year, superstar,
Not so much.
leader of, anything hair and fashion in Australia, Jayne Wild.
I don't know about that. But anyway, thank you very much.
And also nominated tonight for Hairdresser of the Year again.
Yeah, this is my swan song. This is my 11th year. So I said, that's enough now.
So 11 years.
I really want to judge. And I wasn't under the impression, actually, that even if you entered, you just couldn't judge your category.
Yeah.
So you could judge everything else. I thought if you were in it, you couldn't judge anything. So I'm desperate to judge because I really want to judge and get the awards happening, Be good.
Also, I can remember when I first arrived in Australia, seeing I think it was one of the first collections I saw with the blonde, big, heavy fringes.
Yeah.
And I remember that sticking out in my mind, and that was probably 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And since then, I've seen nothing but you. And that's a good thing.
I think it's like when you've got a red car, though, you might see loads of red cars.
Perhaps. But with you wanting to judge, that's because you put a lot of emphasis on your team.
Well, yeah, I love my team. I'm getting older by the minute, so I can't be I am still behind the chair 24/7, but in between doing other stuff. But I can't be there all the time and, still fly the flag for wildlife out there as well. So, bringing up a team and getting them out there and nurturing them is really important to me.
Yeah, one of the things that I perhaps admire most about you is your team love you, adore you, and
Sometimes.
They all want to stay.
Take them aside, not in front of me, and they might.
I think
we are lucky. Somebody, I remember once we were doing a seminar together, and I had like 2 other team members, and somebody in the audience said, "Oh, it sounds like the Brady Bunch," because we were talking about what we do and stuff. It was Brady Bunch, and I said, "Oh, sort of, but not really. It's quite real as well. We have our moments."
As everyone does,
yeah.
yes, yeah. Talk me through. We have back here. I've watched Saturday Night Gala show, and as an opening show, I thought it was amazing.
Thank you very much. Well, as a hairdresser going to a Saturday night show, I know I'm up all weekend to be educated and inspired and everything for the whole weekend, but the Saturday night one, I don't actually want to be dictated to and too much information because I just want my brain just to wash into the weekend. So I've always felt that the Saturday night shows, when I come, I like to be entertained.
Yeah.
So when I was asked to do the Saturday night show, which was a great honour to warm up for Tony and Guy, I was like, oh, I'd love to. And a while ago, I did a shoot for Culture for their yearbook, well, just before Christmas actually, and because I'm obsessed with these dolls, I did them on humans, trying to make the humans, and they look pretty close to. But
now, was it like Mark Reedon? Because his work is very similar to this, and I know I've seen there's the Japanese.
Yeah, no, it's more. These dolls are really, I'm obsessed. They're life dolls of what I was been obsessed by.
Yeah.
And a girlfriend bought me a book about 10 years ago, and from then I've just been, but they're actually originating from the 70s.
Right. And they've all got their own outfits, and
they've all got their own personalities, and they want to be human.
Yeah.
These little dolls, they're this big, and they want to be human, so they get dressed up. And a New York photographer got hold of them and shot them in the street with, the landscapes and stuff. It's amazing. All the books you can get on them, they're amazing.
Very cool.
So then we said, well, we did this shoot, which was my inspiration from the old Blythes. And we said, yeah, but the eyes were perfect. Isa did the makeup, and she just did a perfect job. Like, the eyes look really Blythe, but I said, the heads aren't big enough. They need bigger heads. Like, we did hair really low, so they made them look smaller and everything, but it still wasn't big enough. So Gary said, well, why don't we see if we can get some made? And then when we were asked to do the show, we said, well, perfect, we can slot that in somewhere.
Very nice.
So then,
And so you've made all of the hair for these?
All of the hair, yeah. A guy made the dolls from, we went to the factory, his workshop and everything. Amazing. The work he's put into this is just incredible. Beautiful girl called Eve, that's Govinda from Pink Cactus. He made the...
I like that everyone, like, you've kept with that theme that everyone has a personality, and it's modelled on, someone.
Little characters. We wanted them to have a character.
The orange Vivienne Westwood.
Exactly. Vivienne Westwood with the beautiful green eyes.
And who doesn't love Vivienne?
She had to have, the plum lips and the pale skin. So they've all got individual lips, eyes, skin. He set the eyes in an angle. So Maud, for instance, she's got grey eyes, and hers are right down, and a bit of attitude. So when she walks and she's staring, she's got attitude with these dark grey eyes. Corporate, she's just busy, so she was all bright-eyed with her glasses because she's busy. She's a bit spooked out and check me out.
Yeah.
The old ghetto girl.
Yeah. It's great.
Geisha.
And so, on average, how long did it take to do the hair for these?
Well, I've been probably working on the hair for about 3 months.
So no short amount of time.
No short amount of time.
Yeah.
Just whipped it out
As
there.
you know, as well as working on the floor,
Absolutely.
running
5 days
a team,
week, doing education for GHD. Yeah.
Where do you find time?
Well, I don't sleep, basically.
Nice.
Everyone says I'm obsessed. Yes, I am obsessed.
I
I love it.
Yeah, and I think that really comes through. And I think anyone who's ever met you would say that.
No, that's lovely. I hope so. And you know, it's such a mad, inspiring, gorgeous industry that we're in. So you know, it's all about that, isn't it? I think.
Completely agree with
all
you.
About that.
And
sharing. It's all about sharing.
okay, I'll have to ask you one sort of last question. So, stylist, colorist,
Yeah.
who's more important?
Stylist.
Stylist. You heard it there first.
But I'm telling you, I really do know that I need my colourist, because I know what I want. I know what I want, but they have to get it for me, because I'm a bit like this on colour and slow. They go, oh, don't give her colour. She takes ages. Everything's got to be just right with the weaves and everything. Yeah, so I'll go, now I want this, you know, that toffee colour or like that bitter chocolate, and they're going, where'd you get this from? But now obviously they get to know me and they go, yeah, we know what you mean. So now they understand my silly.
Which is very nice. So, but you're saying stylists are much more important.
Well, I think
Not much more.
Well, you're giving the inspiration to the colourist to then inspire them to be inspired to do it for you.
Look, I mean,
and come up with their version of your bitter chocolate, which they do always, and it's not always the same, but it's on the same vein. So that's great. I couldn't work without them. Really.
All right. No. Agreed.
Agreed. But we are important.
Yeah. Well, I'm a colorist, but
Oh, there you go.
Jayne Wild, good luck tonight.
Thank you, darling.
I'll be hoping. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And that was Jayne Wild from Wildlife Hairdressing. This is Pro Hairstylist.